Love. So many people use your name in vain. Love. Those who have faith in you sometimes go astray. Love. Through all the ups and downs, the joys and hurts. Love. For better or worse, I still will choose you first. What's up, beautiful people? Holy, probably no one even made it early enough to hear that. That's I gotta wake myself up, man. It's Saturday. You know what I mean? It's Saturday. So do you know what I mean? No? Okay. Well, hey, look, it's not gonna be a long one. It's not gonna be a long one. What's up, Jeff? How's it going? It won't be a long one. It'll be a strong one. Morning, Cheryl. And I think we'll talk about some fun stuff. You know what I mean? But Scottie was in the Discord begging for a stream because he's got to drive today. So somehow that's our problem. Like, can you believe this guy? Can you believe this guy? Scottie said a little early, I'm not on the road yet. You better start driving. Leaving in like an hour. I guess you're gonna have to come back in that. You're just gonna have to save it then. Morning, Poo What's up? What's up? Look, Scotty, you come back in an hour. We'll talk shit about you until then. Well, actually, is the auction you're going to, Scotty? Is the auction you're going to? Does it have all the fish up? Because we could definitely take a look at the auction, do some auction analysis. Cinnamon Girl, how's it going? Say hi to Kermit for me. Morning, morning, morning. It's a I've been doing the last like 48 hours. I've been doing like pretty much just maintenance. Like I'm getting all the duckweed out. I want my tanks to be less roastable. Is like my like I don't need it to be like aquascape worthy, but like I the floating plants create such a moam problem, like I'm realizing. And it's just the lighting and just the flow. The floating plants just kill the flow. So I'm decimating them. I'm trying to get my breeding more optimized. Uh, the big top of the morning breeding reports, I found my first platinum half beak fry, which is pretty exciting. Just two, but it's on auction fist. Okay, we'll do some auction analysis. Look, I pride myself on one thing, and that's picking items out of an auction. Okay, so Scotty, I'm gonna give you the blueprint. Okay, we'll all chime in. We'll figure out what your top price should be. Cheryl said I need to get some aragonite or crushed coral for new fish coming this week. I'm not feeling like dealing with public today. I feel you. How is Mome a problem for a breeder? So there is a first of all, there's a level of Mome. Like I'm talking about Mome. I don't like how it looks suspended through the water. Uh, I think there's a certain threshold amount where it's just annoying to look at. Now, it's beneficial for breeding in tanks where I'm trying to do passive breeding stuff. It's not as useful for me in tanks where I'm taking the eggs in the fry and putting them into a tank. I've kept Mommy on purpose. Mick said, "Hey Nick, everyone on my way to the pub to watch Chelsea Liverpool in the Premier League. How's the Nanochromis A's doing?" Oh, that's the other update. So the Nanochromis Purilius are in, well, the female's in this cave down here. I already messed with her today, so I'm not going to go up against the glass now. But she is fanning vigorously, and I can now see tails coming out of the eggs, wiggling. It doesn't look like a bunch of eggs. It's hard to tell because sometimes they move the eggs around, and I don't know, but there's at least a few, maybe like 8 wiggling in there. So they're not quite out of the eggs yet, but I can see them all moving, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Morning, morning. But yeah, so I'm trying to get things just things easier to see what's going on. So like, yeah, keep it heavily planted, but like just arranging it so there's more open space so I can actually see some of the things happening in the tank a bit better. Specifically, like the Panda Quarry tank is one, because I have a good group of Panda Quarries now. I've got like 20 adult, breeding Panda Quarries, a couple longfin ones, and I got a bunch of the bettas out of there that were eating their eggs, so now I can actually get eggs out of there regularly. And then I'm trying to spawn my green quarries again. And then I need to move the riverless pair out of the stir-by tank because they're also eating eggs. So I think the layer moment in my pistol tank is how they survived. I didn't even know they spawned. Yeah. I'm hoping I'm gonna have fry from my Bonito Chromis. They're in a super mommy tank. And what I believe is the male dug a enormous cave under some wood. And I just can't tell what's going on in there. But the way that he's acting, I'm hoping that there's some fry in there. I'm hoping. Artificial and sterile is the easiest way to see what's going on. Yeah, I'm trying to find like a happy medium. I don't want to do artificial and sterile. I'm still trying to have some of my breeding tanks like look nice and like a normal tank to some degree for at least a fish that's possible for. Um, but also it's just like aesthetic. I want people to be able to walk down because like when I went to Ross's, all of his tanks are immaculate. You could walk in there, any tank you look at and be like, damn, that's a nice tank. And like I want to do my own version of that, like where any person could walk in here and be like, wow, this is a well-run fish room. So not even close to that at this point. But Jeff said I haven't found it in between you. Captain said, remember to switch to live chat, not top. Thank you for reminding me of that. Thank you. I always forget. But yeah, she. What is Ross's full-time job? I think he owns some kind of business. I don't know if it's something he's talked about publicly or not, so I'm not gonna. But he has like he's got some kind of job that he does. I honestly asked about mostly the fish. Okay, okay, okay. So Scottie's going to this auction. Let's pull up auction fish and see if this is anything good. What's Nick's full-time job? I work in media production. Media production. Let's see, let's see. So I'm going to pull up the page. We're gonna see if this is the NEC auction. Let's see if this is gonna be any good. Let's see what Scotty's working on. Hold up, hey. Okay, screen sharing, auction. Yep, got that. Pulling it up here. Let's get into the freaking fish. So here we are, auctionfish.com. If you're not familiar, there's a link. Going to the NEC Fall Auction 2025. Let's see, is this the right one? I don't think so. Here it is. That was NECA. This is NEC. Okay. Doors open 9 a.m. Auction starts 11 a.m. sharp. This can't be right. It says October 5th. So Nick's full-time job is mom's basement dweller. Basically. Basically. Let's see. I thought the auction was happening today, Scotty. This one says October 5th. Are you driving up there for an auction that happens tomorrow? That's crazy. And you're skipping out on the PVAS all day auction. Come on. No, it is tomorrow? Okay. Wow. It's crazy. I guess it is far away. So let's look. I don't know about you guys, but I always read the rules of an auction, even if I'm just buying. Okay. I always read the rules first. So they're limiting 5 dry good lots and 3 lots per species or strain slash color morph per vendor. You need a gig like that. Get those black worms going. Yes, this afternoon so I can be there to help set up. Okay, okay. Scottie's so helpful. Any items that do not sell must be picked up or they become property of NEC. Dry goods must be clean and in working order. No broken items or cracked tanks. No used light bulbs or gravel. Nice, nice. Okay, double bagged. Proceeds will be mailed no later than 3 weeks after the auction. Okay, they got setting some expectations there. Okay, auctioneer can refuse any lot for whatever reason. Register here. All bidders must produce a valid driver's license or ID. Okay. And the following rules. In-person auction, submit. Each person can do 30 lots. Additional lots accepted only as donation. All right. For lots, you pre-register, you'll be charged 30% of the winning thing. And for lots registered by auction staff, you'll be charged 50%. All right. Let's look at this freaking auction. I will join the auction for the purposes of this. And looks like we got 469 lots so far. So not bad. I'm sure like another 100 will pull up. Okay. Madagascar Rainbow. We got a quantity. We got one person watching already. I don't see a quantity, but Madagascar Rainbow is on my list. I think they're a rare species, if I believe. 3D said fishing and lurking. So this rainbow is definitely it's on my list one day. Grade A butterfly koi imported Singapore. Wow. I mean, I don't have anything to put a damn koi in, but I'm curious. What does this cost? What's up, Johnny Best? Aqua Imports got assorted butterfly koi. Medium is $40. Extra large is 160. Okay, so looks like a $30, $40 fish. It's kind of interesting. They do a different split if you enter before the auction. I forget what day. Ooh, we got a wild betta pair. Yo, Scotty, you doing any proxy bidding? This one looks pretty cool. So I see on BW Aquatics they're sold out, but they're selling them for a pair. They're not they're not coming up a lot everywhere. This looks like Immaculata type vibes to them. Auction going down tonight, Jeff Pelham. Oh yeah, we can look at those items too if you guys want. Uh, the picture that they submitted of this looks cool though. Cool little wild beta. But I think this is one of the ones that get too big for me, I believe. They said, I'll do my best to select a male and female from the grow out tank shown. F1 parents were from Greg Gregory's. What a name, man. Greg Gregory? Your parents are tripping. Uh, You know your parents, they were putting that name down on the birth certificate, just laughing their ass off. Let's name him Greg Gregory. I'd laugh every time I said my kid's name if I named him that. Greg Gregory, time for dinner. Can you believe we named him that? Yeah, that's wild. Anyways, okay, cool. And you get a location and all everything you would really want from. Ooh, this is cool. This was on my list of shell dwellers. Lamprogris ornitopinus quotation Kigoma 6. Now this is gonna be, I bet, like a 12, at least a $12 fish, if not 20. 12. Let's see. Wet spot's out of stock, but it's 15 here. Um, so you got a shell dweller with a little location. They're just cool. They got like, a little bit of the black on the fin situation. Let's see what this Facebook picture is. Yeah, look at that. Like that's pretty. I'm into it. I'm definitely into it. Maybe Dave's Rare Fish. Dave's Rare Fish. Maybe he has some pictures of them. Let me see. Shell dwellers. Doesn't look like he has that specific species. Oh wait, no. Here we go. I knew we had it. So he's selling them for 15. Yeah, cool little fish. I'd consider it if you got some space for shell dwellers. If buying koi, you better know your stuff and be ready to gamble. Juveniles rarely look the same when they uh as when they are 5 years old. Take care. Gotta go. Liverpool, go. Good luck to Liverpool for you. Oh wow, I like this picture of like a bunch of them in the tank. This is cool. I like the body shape of these shellies. Like they have a great body to fin ratio going on here. Okay, we got Neolamprogris, Cylindricus, another Rift Lake. Not super interesting to me. Okay, we got plants, Florida Aquatic Nursery. So we don't know what plants they are, but there's Jesus Christ, there's like a billion. Yeah, the Florida Aquatic Nursery, they just send a billion plants to the clubs. It's nuts. Okay, we got wild type shrimp. I think one of my favorite brandings of like coal shrimp I've seen recently, they called it natural shrimp, like natural colored shrimp or something. Like we should just start calling them like gourmet, organic neocaridina or something like that, like GMO free. I don't know. I feel like that's where we're at. Blue dream shrimp, cherry shrimp. We got mother-in-law plant. What? We got some dwarf bromeliads. Dart frogs, rise up. Ross said wild colors. Dalmatian mollies. Those look kind of cool. Those look kind of cool. Okay, dwarf sag. Sun blocking film. Okay. Dwarf sag again. Marineland Aqua Tech Power. We got some. Oh, albino platinum gold sailfin mollies. That sounds fancy. Easy to care, highly prolific. The strain was originally imported from Indonesia, so you get a little bit of where they're from. What are people selling them for? It's hard to tell with some of these very specific kinds. And like a lot of this stuff, it'll pop up on Dan's first, and that's like not a good like example price. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not seeing them listed. So hey, this could be a fun, unique little molly to have. Ooh, 5 Synodontis petricola. Those are on my list of Synodontis. I haven't done Synodontis before. I just realized I got this tank from a guy. He was like rehoming the whole setup. And he's like, "There's an upside down catfish in there, maybe." I haven't seen it in like a very long time. I drained the tank or whatever, and when I was scooping out the hearts, the sand, I got stabbed by the catfish. I found it. Well, I put it in the next tank. I put it in a 60-gallon at the time, and it was in there and stuff. Then I broke down the 60-gallon, and I was moving, and I couldn't find it, so I thought it was gone. Today, I just saw it for the first time in like a year in the 40 breeder where I moved all that stuff to. I'm like, where have you been? Ooh, Militillania splendida inornate. I don't recall seeing this rainbow or looking it up before. This kind of sounds cool. The checkered rainbow fish. Okay. Oh, look, this is like inside in the wild. That's kind of cool. That water look, see, you don't need crystal clear water. Look at this shit. It's blurry as hell. Oh my God. Dan, be the first to bring us sometimes. I can see why some fish are price high as well. Sure, for sure. Let's see. We got some Facebook video of the fish. All right, so it's kind of a cool looking rainbow fish. I mean, this is a good. Let me make myself smaller here because I realize I'm looking in the way. It's a good picture of it. That could be a good one. Okay, Crypt Pon Ponderifolia, rare. Ross said free Diddy. You saw my recommended videos. Okay, so this plant is out of stock in multiple places. What's up, Keith? Cryptocorn farm. I mean, something a little different crypt from Sumatra. This plant produces bold leaf shapes that give it an impactful appearance in the aquarium. The leaves are long and lanceolate in shape, tapering to a pointed tipped pods. The leaves are usually olive green, but may become brownish under certain conditions, like death. Oh, this is a cool crypt. 24 inch, Jesus. Crypt Apongetifolio. Now, this is huge. Key said that crypt isn't rare. I mean, it can't be that rare. The rare is in lowercase. Now, if it was all caps rare, then I believe. Oh, these are unique looking endlers. I'm not an endler person, but this is kind of red chest endlers, two pairs. This is a weird, like it looks like the fin's not even there. It's just like this horseshoe shape of color on the caudal fin. Let's see, Aquatic Arts did have them for $10 a pick. Oh, that doesn't even look the same. These look significantly less unique. Yeah, I don't know. They're probably call a bunch of other things that, but this picture looks pretty cool. It's like having a double sword without the double sword because the middle's clear. Key said I used to sell a ton of it, really cheap to get. Ooh, hold up! Now we're talking. Pelvicochromis crebensis dehane, F1 pair. Now this Pelvicochromis crebensis. So I think some stuff used to be teniatus and they made them crebensis now. This is the fish to get, man. Scotty, bring these back for me. Nah, this is. You know I like my cribs, but I need more cribs with a. Yeah, see, Wet Spot has them as their previous name. Pretty much all the teniatus or crebensis are gorgeous. I don't. I think this is on my list of locations that I liked. I don't know if it's one of the newer ones or not. Um, let's see, Aquatic Clear. Like I haven't. This is definitely like a less common location. Yeah, Aquatic Clarity sells them for 70 a pair. This is the pair to get. Okay, this is the first fish that if I was there, I'm going 50 like off the bat. Like I'll let them go back and forth, like get to 20. Then I'm like 50. I really want to do. You want to do like 55 because of the psychological impact, you know? Because then they have to go to 60. Or you start for 50, they can go to like 55 or whatever. You know, psychologically, it's harder to go up to 60, so I usually do 55. And my tank's gonna be ACLC this month. I don't know, dude. I'm like, I don't even want to go to the PVAS auction tomorrow because I'm so tired. I've had like no time to myself or like to hang out with people. But maybe if I have a bunch of stuff to bring, then probably. But otherwise, I probably won't make the drive because I'm lazy as hell. Tried 3 years ago and failed. Had on a 5 gallon, couldn't keep the conditions right. I'll be trying in a season 20 gallon fill with coral rock. Are you talking about? Ooh, cardinal shrimp. You're getting cardinal shrimp. Good luck, Ross. That sounds fun. Yo, what's up, Jesse? Jesse, Jesse, I advised you right. I told Jesse he should bring in some crebensis, the Kinky location. I think he sold them all at the Clash. Because not only is this a really nice fish, even though they weren't like at their full glory, you could still tell the potential. But no one, for some reason, I didn't see any other cribs at the Clash. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But like they're not that common, especially like these the crebensis, the teniatus with locations. Like you'll see them here and there, but they're not super ubiquitous yet. Jesse said, I think I have two left. Two pairs or just two fish? Because I thought you said you sold a couple pairs. You were down to two pairs, and I thought John bought two pairs. Uh, if you aren't for sure that I ain't kidding you nothing, wait. Okay, I might have to be it for sure. Whoa! Temperate said put it in your bro, you should have said yo, $20 Canadian. What the hell? Temperate. Thank you so much. My God. Now I feel the pressure. Put your Tahani. Okay, hold up. I might actually have to go to ACLC now. But I don't know. They might bid this one up. But Aquatic Clarity is coming to ACM. So if I can order from him and have him bring some fish there, then I at least can do that. Jesse said sold 5 pairs of them. Okay, that's pretty good though. That's pretty good. 3 at the class, 2 to your buddy. Okay, okay. That's not bad. Damn, thank you so much, Temperate, throwing down the $20 Canadian, man. That's crazy. I appreciate you. Well, that's that. I'm not going to NEC tomorrow. Jesse has pelvicochromis tenuatus or cribensis kienke, Kienke. Pretty similar to this, but I think it's a bit more of a known location. Yeah, no, that's Drakenfell side down there. The problem with the cribs and the locations is like there's not good photos of every single location. What's nice about the Crebensis and Tenuatus is that the males get like this purple checkerboard in their fins. That's really nice. Yo, what's up, Stephen P? We're just going through the NEC auction. All right, you guys didn't think that other plant was rare. What do we think about this Crypt Eusteriana? Eusteriana. I am not as good as Kelly at announcing. Okay. I think I could sell some stuff. I could describe things, but pronouncing them. You can get a pot of it for $7. It's not bad. It's not bad. Yo, what's up, Aaron? We're just going through some auctions today. Does the online auction happening later? Do they list their items ahead of time? Because we can look at that too. He said this isn't rare either. It looks like a cool crypt. Got background for fish feeding this morning before I cut the grass. Cutting the grass. You know, it's starting to get to good cutting grass temp. Scottie said none of the 3 crypts so far are truly rare. I've had all 3. Okay, we got some turquoise endlers. Nothing too crazy, but if you like endlers, these kind of colored like the Japan blue double swords I got from Chris Diaz. Kind of remind me of those. Uh, nice little endlers. Okay, we got 6 brown plecostomus. We got 8 blue finned red flame paradise fish. Okay, we got a good. Do we need? Is there a good photo? Oh wow, I've seen this photo on some of the auctions coming up. I think on the PVAS auction. I just want to know if this is legit. 'Cause that this fish looks nuts. Crips are still cool. Collect them all. Steven says. Keith said all crips are cool. My favorite genus of aquatic plants. Yeah, but like I guess this looks kind of like it could turn into that. You know, like if we're thinking like Pokemon logic, like I could see this turning into where'd it go? Turning into this. Although this photo looks very optimistic, you know. Jeffs are on the live original page, I think it's called. Okay, we'll take a look. Hey, do your doubler sword indlers have a sex ratio problem? I swear I have only the 2 original males and aren't females. I haven't noticed it, although they're like in a floor 20 high right now that has low lighting, so I gotta be honest, I haven't paid much attention. But I need to look. But I've seen a good amount of males in there. Jeff from Aquatic Clarity. What about Jeff from Aquatic Clarity? Ooh, we got some riverless. I think this must the guy from Aquabid that puts these up. Uh, these come up often. The riverless SP Columbia 0228. It's kind of hard to find photos of these specific Rivelidae, but if it's one of the ones that actually has color, then probably. Like you know that it's something specific when you look up the name and a research paper comes up. Like Okay, but this might be what they kind of look like. I don't know. These are some options. These are some options. If stuff goes cheap, I'm gonna get it and sell it to ACL swap. I mean, definitely grab one of these riverless pairs to bring back. Look, they got the measurements and stuff. I'm putting this link in the chat if anyone's interested on a research paper. Oh, the link's actually too long. Ross Baltimore, yeah, he's the October speaker for ACM. I'm sad I'm missing that one. Yeah, do your group orders. Come on. This is the title of the paper, though. Damn it, that's too long too. Okay, well you see it on the screen. Cinnamon Girl said, Jesse, what do you feed your baby axolotl? What's up, Better Great Lakes? How's it going? How's it going? Let's get back into this. So that could be a good one. Fun little Panchex, Gardner Eye Gold. Love this fish. I kind of like them better than the P82s. I think they stand out against a planted background a lot better. Like I've been noticing that with the yellow shrimp. I think the yellow shrimp are underrated shrimp color. They're starting to become my favorite as far as visual impact. They just go against the green. But I'm not seeing a great photo of the gold Gardner Eye. Like they're all too warm. Like they're all way too warm. I'm not seeing a good photo of them here because it just like you got to see the yellow on them. You know what I mean? This is too much blue. So I don't know what's going on with these people. See, we got an aqua swap post. Yeah, these are all so blue. This is Gardner Eye Gold. Look at all that blue. All right, hold up. Do I have an old picture on here of when I? Oh, maybe I never put them in. Oh, you know what? When he updated the site, I lost a bunch of history. So okay, Nick just broke it down, but I forgot already. Who's the president of that club? That'd be Mandy Ortega is ACM president. Did they announce Aquatic Clarity bringing fish? I'm not sure. Chad said that he was gonna ask about a group order or whatever. It'd be weird if he couldn't bring fish. I think he's going to another club sometime soon. Perhaps like a CCA or something. I feel like I remember. Dave's Rare Fish will be at CCA meeting next month. Oh God, dude, Dave's Rare Fish and Aquatic Clarity is like my two favorite sites to look up stuff. All right, here's some interesting ones. I've been resistant on these, but maybe I need to get them and just try them out. Because I was talking to I'm blanking on his name, but really nice guy. I met him originally at Clay's celebration, but he was talking. I was talking to him about like, do you care that these Galaris are like quote unquote hybrid, strains? And he's like, look, it improves the fish, and it's not really a hybrid because it's the same species or whatever. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have this like disdain for them. But I really do have disdain for the fact that this person put them in the auction with no photo. Because come on. But this is the recent crossing of two different Galaris strains, and they say that they don't have the fertility problem with their eggs, probably because maybe some better genetics after just the same strains being bred for a billion years. I never looked at Dave's rare fish before. Be good, Jody. I don't think that you've had. I don't know if he has a ton of stuff you would get. It's a lot of African fish. No loaches really. I'm trying to see if there's a pair of this Galaris on Aquabid. Yeah, this is a bad. If this was what it actually like looked, this is like the potential of its colors. I'd say this is bad, but pretty fish. That someone should get these pairs and bring them back because now I want to try them. I want to try them now. They were selling Galaris pairs at the Clash for $100. So I think the price of Galaris is hard. It's relative. It's like, do you live in an area where someone has a bunch of them? Like the best looking, best colored Galaris around here that I don't have anymore was Frank Cowherd's Dwarf Red Galaris. If anyone still has some of Frank Cowherd's Dwarf Red Galaris, I'll buy them immediately. But he had like 240 breeders full of them. So you could get Galaris around here in the auctions pretty cheap. where somewhere else you might have to pay that 100. Jody said, "Just look, I'm safe." Yeah, African cichlids for the most part. First time meeting Big Steve, they came 20 deep to the fish house for a fish room hop. Nice. Uh, Jesse's feeds his baby axolotls bloodworms and cut up red wigglers. How easy is it to do red wigglers? You got your ACs from Dave. Nice. What's up, couple of fish? Dave has a lot of African cichlids from the different lakes. Yep. He has a few cribs that him and Aquatic Clarity have some cribs that I really want to buy. Aquatic Clarity, I need to get some more Nanochromis splendens from him. He has a few things like that. Seems like transvestitis and nudiceps and Paralius, they're going around right now, but splendens still aren't really making it everywhere yet. There was a guy selling blue glars for 30 a pair out of California. Yep. I would say like that's more of a I'm not gonna say like, oh, that's the price they should be, but like if someone has a bunch of them and they don't care that much, like you'll see 30 a pair for sure. All right, we got some L181. It just says one plus. So I guess it is one of them. This the peppermint pleco. Uh, I reckon if I recognize the pleco number, then I know that it's one people like a lot. Yeah, peppermint bushy nose, definitely a good pickup. People love this one. Has nice black white spots on it. He said red wigglers are easy. Okay, I'm gonna pick them up at the next time I see him. We got some compressiceps cichlid OB. We got rainbow cichlids. Rainbow cichlids are nice. They're not the most aggressive. They do eat plants like crazy, but they also eat hair algae like nuts. They cleared an entire 75 of hair algae in like days, just like a pair of them. So if you want a fish that you could feed like just like literally they'll eat the roots of floating plants or whatever, this is a good one. They also breed fairly easily and are good parents and actually are really pretty yellow fish. Like some of the most optimistic photos of them, I can actually confirm they do get like that. Like with the blue and the fins and stuff. Like it's an underrated fish, but it does have some downsides. Like they may eat some plants. They might, but good Central American. Now that for me now every single fish from that region just kind of looks like a rainbow fish variant to me. I have one freaking dwarf red fly, but I do have a bunch of line 15 fry. Yeah, the dwarf reds. Well, I did manage to. Frank Cowherd's line like was successful for me, but I think it's also like getting younger pairs helps a lot too. Is kind of my theory. Okay, we got croaking gourami. This is like the big sparkling gourami. I do think their colors a little different. Like this finnage and stuff is way different to me than the sparkling gouramis. This is a totally different aesthetic, in my opinion. So this looks like a comparison photo, so you can see, and they got the black lines, which is kind of cool. But they get bigger. This actually looks way cooler than a sparkling gourami. I like these fins. You know, this this like get the flashlight out, quick, take a photo. Oh man. Okay, but no, this could be a good one. How many are they offering here? This is the NEC auction for those that just joined us. It just says croaking gourami, no quantity. Please, people, can we just put the quantity? Please. Okay, we got an Empire Gudgeon Goby. That's a cool one. That's like a photo of a young male or female or something. But that's another pretty one. I think these ones need like brackish or something for their fish to spot to make it. I think they have a larval stage. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, we got some feather fin cichlids. That's something a little different. Another Rift Lake. This is the one that gets long. Oh, hold up. Ah, this. What the hell? Oh, this is awesome. Hold up. Hold up. Let's open up the actual page. Of course. Okay, Dave's rare rare fish. He's got a few feather fins, so there's a few different ones I see, which range from $49 to 20. So it's hard to tell which one this is, and we don't get a quantity either. But there's some cool looking feather fins. Cheryl said featherfin cichlids are awesome. Okay, we got the cosign. Got the opaline gourami large. These are pretty common, but pretty gourami, and getting them already big, definitely a plus. Java moss, vesicularia debania, wild. Okay, wild Java moss from Singapore. So I guess that might be cool. Or I don't know if all Java mosses just comes from Singapore wild or not. So don't know how unique that is. We got Cryptocorn rodenti green gecko. It's in a cup. So to me, that I feel like it must be fancy. Let's look it up. Aquarium Plants Factory says it's rare. $11. Exotic and eye-catching. A rare and modern cultivar, green gecko, brings both elegance and vibrancy to mid or foreground placements. Okay. I mean, it looks nice. Sure. Plant nerds, you chime in. We have Cyanochromis Ali. Okay. Another Rift Lake cichlid. It's blue from Cichlid Man. I love that. Tipper said, I've only had one opal gourami in my life, and I don't know if I got an outlier, but it was a dick. Definitely, I feel like gouramis in general are kind of dicks. Like, even, I bred the sparkling gouramis a few times, but I had issues keeping them in groups. Like, even in, like, a 20 long or something, like, just depending on the setup, they would just, like, tear each other. Like, I thought it was another fish, and I'd sit there for hours, and it's like, oh, they're, like, tearing each other up. But they did when they're sparring, they make that clicking noise, which is really cool. So I'm gonna get another group of sparkling, or maybe I'll try the croaking gouramis this time. Because I love the noise happening in the fish room all the time. It's like a great ambiance. I have honey gouramis, and even they're assholes a lot of times. Yeah, I got a group of honey gouramis because I want to breed them, and I have them in 29. So they do have space to not be total assholes, but like when they get too close to each other, you can tell they're not. This is like a good option if you're into Rifflake cichlids. We got Pseudotropheus solusi. This person showing they got a giant tank full of them that look nice. Um, Ron Cichlids has a female at 4 inches, 3 to 4 inches for $59. And when I look up the name, not a ton of for sale is coming up. So either it's not available often or it's not popular. But looks like it's a solid Rift Lake cichlid. Some cool color. But they're pretty. The Brahmi are pretty. Yep. Mine are in a 48 with an electric blue car, and they fight a lot. We got the Rumble Dome. We got some red bristlenose pleco and cistrus. 6 of them. Start a breeding colony. We got 2 lots of that. I love the peacefulness of sparkling gourami. They'll croak when happy and wanting to get it on. Yep. That is like the best thing. And they make the noise, if I remember correctly, with one of their fins. Like they do like some kind of string instrument action. Let me look that up because that's what I remember. It's like some kind of like tendon or something. But I feel like it's one of those niche things that maybe no one's actually written. But it's an awesome sound if you haven't heard it. Yeah, come on. Well, anyways, I'm gonna have to try sparkling gouramis. Yeah, they're fun. Here, let me show you a sparkling gourami sound, just so you can hear what they sound like. So, yeah, it's just like a little clicking, and you can hear it loud and clear outside of the tank. It's like not quiet at all, but it's not annoying. One more, one more, one more. Come on. There you go. So that's the sparkly gourami noise. One of my favorites. So I don't know if the croaking gouramis do it too, but Shirley said I'm hoping these honey gouramis spawn. That'd be awesome. And we got a L202 false leopard frog and that's four of them. So that's pretty cool. And then we got four L201 snowball plecos. Oli, oli. So that's actually the end of the auction. I expect more items will pop up throughout the day since the auction's tomorrow, but there's some good pickups there. Definitely the Galaris pair and the cribs are standing out to me as the ones that I would go for the most. But with that being said, let's look at another. I feel like I'm liking the auction speculation thing right now. So what's the next auction? You guys were saying Jeff had an auction coming up we could look the items for. Now, I think with the online auctions, they seem to have some really cool stuff, but it's not usually like 800. It's not like 800 items to go through. I'm getting Wab and Munster Plecos hopefully next week. What are those? Wab and Munster Plecos. Oh. Are these yeah, honeycomb. Yeah. I like this. This is different. It's very cool. Very cool. What's up, Ben? 10%. I have my local biannual auction tomorrow. I'm hoping for some cheap glass and cool fish. Be nice. Be nice. Uh, okay. Let's let's see. So yeah, we don't have as many things to look through. This is the 12th auction. We got Ellish fish tanks. We got 8-pack red wag platies, 8-pack rosy barbs. Nice. 8 pale rose guppies, 3 males, 5 females. What are pale rose guppies? Okay. It's kind of a nice little color there. Yeah, sure. It's a unique looking guppy. Oh, 6-pack Bosemani rainbow fish, unsexed. Come on, man. I need a tank big enough that I can do these guys because they are very pretty. I feel like these are the rainbow fish for you can't be like, oh, I don't get the appeal of rainbows like with these. It's like very pretty. That's a good one. That's a good one. And Bosemani, you're like, let's see, buy. Yeah, like okay, I'm seeing like 10 to 15 for a Bosemani. So yeah, 6 of them. That could be pretty good, especially depending on the size. 12 plus pumpkin orange neocaridina with choice of guppy grass or hornwort. Go with the hornwort. Guppy grass is annoying. Hornwort also annoying, but way more useful floating than guppy grass, in my opinion. Way more useful. Um, I'm just fed up with guppy grass. Also, guppy grass will actually like root in places, in my experience, way more. So when you do go to remove it, it's like pulling shit with it all over the place. I prefer hornwort. Key said the rainbow fish are local biannuals in 2 weeks. Have some eyes on Chores. We might have to look at the PVAS auction. Maybe you guys can convince me to go tomorrow. I don't know. I'm just like so tired. But rainbow fish heads are ugly. I'm not gonna like some of them are worse than others though. Not all of them. Some. Some. Okay, I had to respond to Beto because he likes spinfish too. That's my favorite sparkling water right now. Temperate Tank said I still think hornwort kills Blackbeard. That actually is possible. Um, I found that my other floating plants do really poorly when with hornwort, and I actually I think it was Thompson Aquatics I was talking to, and they do release allelopathic chemicals that like mess with the growth of other plants. So that's another thing with hornwort is if you want to have it float and maybe have less duckweed buildup. It's not a bad choice. It definitely kills some other stuff, so I could see it killing Blackbeard. Similis. Oh, the Similis, the Corridor Similis. Corridors. Dude, I need one of these like white Cories, like the fairy vibes they give me. Very cool. Very pretty Cory. Okay, okay. So orange Neos get the hornwort. 8 pack bronze Cories. I have some Cories that were sold to me as bronze Cories, but they're super green. I'm trying to like breed them to be like just very shiny. Um, it's a nice Cory. It's a nice Cory. Yeah, they can get a little. They can get pretty shiny here. I'm like this. Like, just call it a laser, man. Sell it for 20 each. Let's go. 6 pack albino Cories. Nice. 6 pack panda Cories. Nice. I have plenty of prawns if anyone wants some. Put them in the auction, man. Yo, pandas are one of the things like you got if you're trying to look for things to breed to make money, breed panda corpse. Everyone wants them. They're holding their value well. Um, Buy panda cories, and like people just don't breed them long term. It seems like yeah, they're still like $8 to $10 each. And what's crazy, like I saw someone at the Clash selling panda cories for like $15 each. Like that's what I remember seeing at the time. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I swear to God, it was like $15 each. It's almost 12 each. Like they're very desired Corridora. Cheryl said all Corys are cute. Yeah, Corys. I'm trying to get more into them because I'm starting to appreciate them a lot more. There's a few species I've been keeping as long as I've been into fish, and I just haven't focused on breeding them as much. And now I kind of like, yo, I want to breed them. I've got 7 types of Corys. I need to collect them all. Don't buy the fireballs, man. Listen, fireball Corys. This is Jody famously bought a group of them for $401, which crazily is not even that bad of a price because you can see on WetSpot they had them listed for 90 each. They're one of those ultra expensive Corys. But I'll be honest, looks wise, I'm into other expensive Corys. That's just my personal preference. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Like some of the stuff at the auction that went high was still cheap. But you get the black with the red fins. I get it. It does have a cool look to them. It does. Hey, those fireballs are sweet. We need some videos of them, Jody. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up for the Corys. I just want to find some locally bred basic pepper Corys. Yeah. So in the auctions, Corys are the absolute one of the absolute best things, at least in my area, that you can put in auctions. Even at the clubs where it's the most cheap, most I'm looking for a deal. I'm not gonna bid on anything unless it's under $10, like 20 Scotties in the audience. Even a group of bronze Corys can still make it to 25, $30, you know, even if they're smaller. People just love Corys. Now, again, it's like the CPDs. I don't know how there's infinite demand. Like, I don't know if people are just slaughtering Corys everywhere, and that's why they always need them, but maybe it's just they're so cute. Jody said, "Sure, I'll share with you." You can all blame Scotty. I was gonna quit bidding. Yeah, he was taunting. That's what a good auctioneer is supposed to do, though. All right, this next person might be going to the NEC because we get some or not a Pinus shell dwellers. We just looked those up earlier. But then we got these ones. I just got these from Jesse. They're in the tank here right by me. The Lamprogris Kungwinsi shell dwellers, the gold ones. No wait, shit. Nope, I fucked that up. That's actually not what I got from Jesse. My bad. Hold up. I got the Ocelotus. I'm tripping. Now this is the black ones that I was talking about earlier. Look at this. Look, that is a nice shell dweller. That is something a little bit different. Let's go to Dave's Rare Fish. We can just make sure we got the right picture. but I think that should be accurate. It's an expensive one too. Hold up, hold up. Where'd it go? I think I have 12 species of Chores now. Wow. I'm looking for the one with a K in the name. It's not here. Okay. It's not listed right now on Dave's. Blanket, hello. I see Nick is doing another brief pop up. Yep. Is Jody cheating on Loaches with Corey's? It's not cheating. They got an open relationship or something, you know? Anyways, I'm having a hard time even finding a good like accurate listing of these guys with a nice picture. So that should tell you something about how common they are. But the oscillated shell dweller, Jesus, these photos are horrendous. Well, people they gotta upload a video of their listings, right? So we can just go see a video of it. But anyways, if I'm looking at stuff for the online auction so far, these two shell dwellers are both very interesting, but this one to me, I'm like, oh, this might be the unique pickup that I can't just get anywhere. You need something for the rocks and something for the sand. It's a mutual relationship. Just said though, Kong Wincy are from the same person. I'm supposed to get them from twice now. I was telling you about Nick. Okay, that's why I thought I got them from you, that's why I thought they were the ones I got them from you because we had talked about them before. Uh, you getting them in and stuff. Okay, so I'm not totally crazy. Okay, so this is a cool one if you can get them. We got the Tower Eye. I'm assuming this is the live bearer. We looked at it on they were in the Clash auction. It's kind of a little live bearer. They got blue caudal fins, kind of plain otherwise. I don't know if this is a this is a the Genuncia. No, this is wrong. Why'd they have this listed as the one-sided live bearer? Is that it? I think the description was messed up. Well, anyways, less common live bearer if you're into that kind of a thing. Cool fish. I don't know the most about it. Can Shellys go together or will they cross? I'm gonna assume if they're the same genus, there's a possibility of crossing. That's just my general. I know with some fish and stuff, they're different enough between species where it's not possible, but I just avoid anything that's the same genus. So if they're another Lamprologus, but if anyone has experienced that, let me know. I'm considering getting Shellys to go with the Cyprichromis still on the fence though. I would say, at least from my experience, I have two shell dwellers. I need to get more shells for the multifasciatus, but I would say don't get the multis because to me they just seem too cowardly. The gold ones, um, have been nice because they're out and about a lot more. So I would just whatever shell dweller you get, maybe even get the one that people claim is mean because these guys are definitely territorial, but it's not really that bad. I just I keep enough cichlids that I'm not really turned off that much by territorial behavior. But yeah, I would just say make sure whatever ones you get are bold so you can actually enjoy them moving around more. Although that's kind of what's entertaining about the multis because they do pop out and pop in all the time. But I just like seeing the fish more often. Do you know anything about Sergeant Major Loaches? Shirley says it's Botia rostrata. Okay, Botioid Loach. We need a Synodontis, man. Feather fins in the chat, man. The sips are pretty docile from what I've learned. The Cyprichromis. Yeah, I don't know too much about these myself, but it's a very pretty fish. As long as they can stand up for themselves. I don't have any experience with Bodia, Shirley. Looking to change that soon. Yeah, come on. How are you the Loach lady if you only got hill streams? Like they ain't even the toughest Loach. Like I don't know. There might be some other Loaches competing with the hill streams. What was the Ross? If you're still around, what's that Loach that you had in with your the beautiful peacock that you had in there? The boy, because that was a cool looking Loach. I'm curious as they've always been okay, but yesterday I saw one of them chasing and biting my Chores. Watch out. Hey folks, nice to know about the Shellies. I'd like some at some point. They're cool because some of them you can keep in smaller tanks too, from what I understand. All right, so far 5-star betas. They kind of got the coolest stuff so far. I mean, we got it some really nice quarries and things to choose from previously, but they got some more uncommon things. Beta Patoidi, another reminded me of the Immaculata, like big mouth ones. Probably would get too big for me, but looks like a pretty better fish. I like the wild types, and it's a 5 pack, which is nice. I mean, I'm sure, but the wild bettas you're always paying like $40 minimum for a pair, right? Aqua Imports had one for 70. Oh, Aqua Imports wild betta prices are fucking nuts, though. We got a pair on eBay for 85. So yeah, this could be a good pickup here. Check out Blue Blades for Killifish. Okay, we'll check out some stores. If you guys are on the let's just look up fish wave for this brief stream, I'm on it because there's some store stuff to, especially if I'm doing group orders. Temperate sent me some freaking money, so I definitely like I have to at least get the Pelvic Chromis. I tried to send Temperate some isopods recently, and it looks and like the Canadian postal strike, like it looks like they're not gonna make it. So I feel bad. I'm like, damn, I already failed once. I can't twice. Sheesh. OMG, I thought I lost my female beta album Marginata, but she magically appeared in the tank this morning. Joey said I need some multi females. If anyone is interested in beta alpha marginata, my original wild caught pair, I've gotten 5 spawns from, and I have my first F2 coming up. My one of the males I raised up. So that's like a fish I should have long term, and I'm actively breeding. I need to get my OG male. I need to breed him back with maybe one of his kids or something. But if anyone's interested in that wild type beta, that's one that I have, and I'll keep breeding for the foreseeable future. So just a note there. Okay, we got pair of bristlenose plecos. Okay, pairs are usually pretty valuable, so that could be a good one, unless it's like just a normal color. But 4 to 5 inches is huge. I've seen a pair of just normal lemons go for 100. You didn't fail me, the post office did. I was so happy. I think I shrieked. Good, good. OMG, I tried for months to find a male beta album marginata. It's not cheap. I know they're not like super available. Sometimes they're more reasonable in price than others. But definitely, I was surprised. I'm surprised still with some of the wild types. They're not particularly hard to breed. They don't grow the fastest, so it takes a while to pair them. But my rosy loaches are kick-ass snail eaters, really? I have some rosy loaches, but I didn't see them eating. Maybe I need to pay more attention. I got so many snails. What about dwarf chain loach, best snail eater ever? I still have some from Aquahuna, but I still have snails in that tank. So again, there might just be so many, or they might not be big enough to eat them all. I'd love at least a pair of Alba Marginata. I have a small collection of wild types. All right, we'll have to hook it up. We'll have to hook it up. Um, I think I have 30 right now, but I don't know like how many like confident pairs that I have. Um, but definitely in the next few months, I should have more grown out. Shale, do you have Chinoides? Guys, are okay? I'm on the road ETA 540. If I need to stop once or twice, I'm not streaming until 540. Jesus. I'm not streaming until 540. That's not happening. My rosy loaches have been found crawling halfway into the snail shell. Nice. Yeah, drive safe, Scotty. The government failed Canada, posted a national organization that could just negotiate properly with the union. IDK said. IDK is a rebel. I do not have Chinois. I have Immaculata, Macrostoma, Rubra, and Petoides. I have Alba Marginata, I have Rubra, and I have the Forshi Ninja, quotation ninja, and that's my collection so far. I've been really liking the wild types. All right, but trio. Speaking of which, trio beta rubra, one male, two female. This is a nice one too. The males have a really cool red to them, and they do stand out quite a bit. So I thought my male jumped, and I lost him. This is actually crazy. So I thought my male jumped. I had him in this tank. I don't know how he would have jumped out of it, but I hadn't seen him, so I thought either he jumped or he was holding. I just couldn't find him. The other day, I'm looking in my I have a 5 gallon lower down that I just put sick fish in. This is like my hospital, you know, isolation tank, and I just see this bright red thing in the front. Somehow he got from this tank to this tank. I have no idea how. I have no idea how that's even physically possible. But so I put him up in this tank, and hopefully he can't jump out of that one. And I got the lid's on there; it's covering the whole thing. So I don't know. I'm looking for Beta Machinensis, preferably female. Are there ditherfish you can have with Alba marginata? So I keep the Alba marginata with a lot of things. They're not very aggressive, at least in my experience. I can't think of many fish that don't fit in their mouth I wouldn't put them with, at least me personally. They're kind of sneaky. They like going in and out of plants and things like that. Um, your dominant male might be out and about. I'm not saying they're particularly hidey necessarily, but like it's not like they're bullying everything. So I have Machinensis and a baby sitting at Johnny's Chenoise. I had African butterfly fish with mine for a while. Oh wow. But yeah, I keep them all. I keep a big group of them together in a tin right now. I would like to dedicate a 20 to them eventually, but I'm just managing the sizes of fish I have in there. My 20s just have fish a little too big because I want them in a tank where if they drop the fry, some are gonna make it. They don't seem to eat the fry too much. But part of that is because the wild bettas, when they release the fry from their mouth, they're surprisingly big. Like they're not super small to the point where it's effortless to eat them. And that's why these rubra I cannot get out of all that. They keep popping up. And there's a bunch in the newt tank. I'm trying to get them out of the newt tank because if the newts ever lay eggs, I don't want them to eat the eggs. But I just like they're so sneaky. My friend's female blue Machinensis died of my care, so I need to replace it with something similar. Oh man, that sucks. All right, next item: 10+2 Pinoy slash Zebra Veiltail standard mix, printed by Jason for Chris Gordon. Okay, let's see. All right, it's an angelfish. Seems like kind of a standard thing people will recognize. That's a lot. Could be nice. I think green or copper would be acceptable. Okay. Rubro, one of my favorite wilds, Jeff said. Yeah. The red is the pictures don't it's very gem-like to me. Like you see it across the room. The Alba Marginata have really nice red and great highlights, white highlights on the fin. I love any fish that has white bordering on the fins. I just think it's really striking. But the rubra definitely the males have a coloration that do stand out quite a bit. All right, let's see what Bare Bottom Branton is presenting to this auction. Let's see what this degenerate, this bum with the bare bottom. Let's see if he puts some ugly fish in here. So breeding group 8 Pseudomagil Gertrude. This is something that I would buy. I have them, but I kind of want more. Uh, really pretty fish. Not too much to say. You get them at the store. They could be $10 each, $8.99 situation. That's how I see them near me. Online, yeah, looks like around 8. 9, unless you do Aquahuna. But that this is a great one if you want to get into pseudomagills. Get a breeding group off the bat. Seems nice to me. 7-pack magenta mystery snails, good mystery snail color. A lot of the stores don't have a place to bring them in wholesale, so at least for me, they've been good for store credit. I'll take like 40 over there, get some store credit. I mean, I'm gonna have them anyway, so something nice to do passively. I wish I could show you guys the picture of my female Alpamardra I took this morning. She's gorgeous. Put the photo in the Discord. I'll bring it up on screen. They didn't have any of these at the store when I went yesterday. Yeah, the magentas and the purples you don't see in the stores as much for whatever reason. Online, there's definitely a pink tax on them. Like people would charge more for them than normal mystery snails, but they do look fantastic. Like I think that's my problem with some of the snails, like blueberry snails. Like you gotta beat the mystery snail in some facet of look, and they just got the size and the color on lock. It's hard to compete with a really nice mystery snail. They just and people love like when people come over that aren't into fish stuff, they always talk about the snails. That's like one of the things they notice the most. I don't think I'm in your Discord. What's the link? Do I not have the link in my description? I'll put the link in the chat. I'll put the link in the chat. But we do have a growing and bustling Discord. This is where all the BTS is. This is where okay, but 7 magenta mystery snails, you'll definitely get some breeding pairs out of that. Oh, you meant the Gertrude? Okay, okay. Wet foot plant pack. Okay, who knows what's in that? Kohaku Lame rice fish from Bare Bottom Branton. God, I love some lame, some sparkling fish. If they have videos of all these on the channels, I'm gonna feel like an idiot. Yeah, okay. Well, Brandon does.
Alright guys, so here we have the Kohaku
Yeah, now I feel
Lame
like an idiot.
rice fish.
How the
As
purple
you can
snails I
see,
sent you
they
doing?
are
They're doing
orange,
well.
white.
They're in the tank right down
They
here.
have sparkly on
I
the
see
back.
2 of them.
Some of them actually, from having them outside this summer in
They're
a
mixing
tub,
with my magentas.
developed black spots. So
Okay, so we
really easy to breed.
got videos of the items. Some rice fish. I only like certain rice fish. I just want the sparkly white ones, sparkly all orange ones, or the sparkly black ones. That's like my taste, pretty much. Okay, we got some hornwort. We got orange koi, snakeskin guppy, second place winner at the Clash 2025. Oh, oh, here's the Gertrude. Yeah, they look much better than the signature. Oh my gosh. But Brand, we got to work on your lighting for these videos. We got to work. It's shining into the freaking camera. But that's definitely a breeder size. And I don't see a video for this other item. I don't see the snakeskin guppies. But they're winners. Come on, second place winners. I'll just look up snakeskin koi guppy. Yeah, these are what the ones I've seen look like.
Here are
So you got the red on the tails and on the head, and then if they're actually bred with some care, they'll have the snakeskin pattern. A lot of the times, like when I'm disappointed by them, like the snakeskin pattern just isn't there. Like I feel like it should be with the name, but man, we have to see. These are award winning, so I assume it's there. Okay, we got Florida least killifish, the smallest live bearing fish. Let's go. I have these with the bettas actually. Um, Good little filler fish. Like any tank where you just want something small that's like in the corners in between. These guys are fun to just throw in there. They're good at persisting. They're sneaky little micro predators, and they're good eaters. If you have a tank that's too much microfauna in it, you wanna You want to get the seed shrimp out of there, throw some least killifish. They'll keep all the small things in check for sure. That's a great one. Okay, super red monkey flower hern from PNPV Fish House. Email coming soon. We have a video. I'm gonna assume it's gonna look like this since he's put it in before. So if you're into flower horns, that does seem like a very red one. We're talking about rainbow fish having weird heads. I mean, bro, seeing this thing? Okay. Ed's picking up cichlids. Okay, we got the Micro Divario Cubitoy Rasbora 6 pack. This is to the top. I saw a trio of these at Ross's that he said he bred a few years back. And they look way better than I thought that they did. They're really green. They're really glowy. So this is at the top of the list for me. We got strawberry rasboras. I think these ones, their color isn't as good as some of the other boras, but cool little fish. I like flower horns, just not to keep myself. Yeah, I see the appeal. I do. Okay, 6 pack black bar endlers, 5 pack peacock gudgeons. That's cool. We got the Hellerai, Roya Atoyak swordtails. That's nice. 5 pack polar blue parrotfish, and 2 pack 397 tiger plecos. So we got some 3 to 4 inches. Wow, that could be pretty cool. These look nice. Yeah, that could be a good one. Got some bigger stuff in here, some cool stuff. We got David's Aquatics, Linidernia, Rotulifunda, Variegated, Myrophyllum, Heterophyllum. Uh, this, okay, we got all these plants. Bean beetle starter. A bunch more lots added to NEC. Scotty, are you driving? How would you know? Jeremiah, we got a 6 pack of bristlenose plecos. We got 2 young adult koi swords. We got 2 sub-adult L181 peppermints. That's nice. Super red calico, young longfin, proven breeders. Oh, for the plecos, this is the one to get. People are super into calicos right now. Longfin, super red calico. I'd say go for it. Looking for pleco to breed, pull the trigger on this one. Also, for selling to stores for credit, I think plecos still are pretty good. For whatever reason, the wholesale prices on the plecos are really high. Like, I forget the exact number, but I asked a store near me once. I was like, "Yeah, why are your super reds like $30 or whatever, 20, seemingly high?" And he's like, he told me the wholesale price. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. You're not even marking it up 5x like these people normally do. 6 pack coral blue platies. And then we got a proven pair of short fin super nose, super red bristlenose plecos, 4 to 5 inches. And the calicos are 4 to 5 inches. So yeah, I would say for breeding purposes, Jeremiah's got 2 great plecos to breed. Were there any cribs on the list? On the NEC list? That's where we saw the one NEC. I'm not seeing any cribs on this list. Let's see. 6 pack Amatitulania and Analia juveniles. We got the pygmy swords, chili endlers, tuxedo guppies, snakeskin endlers, tiger endlers. So live bear people, Mike All Things Fish seems to have a bunch. But Scotty claims a bunch of lots were added to the NEC, so I'm going back there just to see. I'm not seeing a few were added. I want to say a bunch. Oh, well, this is the nice one. Pseudomagilla Gertrude RO 4, 6 count. So this is Gertrude, but it's a bit fancier, I guess, as in it's more expensive than the normal Gertrude. Like this is the more 12 to $15 fish range. So that's a cool one. Definitely would look at those. Albino yellow cobra guppies. Those look pretty fancy. I don't know a lot about guppies, but these look For me, a guppy looks fancy if I'm like, oh, this looks like someone bred it for a specific look and they've achieved it. Like to me, this looks like someone achieved their goal here. Okay, we got Pseudomugil Pascal. Now, if this is actually Pascal, which honestly the dots on the fins I think is a thing that's supposed to differentiate them somehow. I forget if Pascal do or don't. Like I think it's like Luminatus isn't supposed to have the dots and Pascal does. Someone correct me if I'm wrong because it looks like Luminatus does have dots too. I don't know. The dots in this photo kind of stand out to me though. But if this was Pascal, this is a very fancy. This would be something that's very valuable if it was actually Pascal because they're less common and most of the people selling them don't actually have Pascal. But if this were to be them, then this would be like a Melis level of uncommon Pseudomugil. Got 6 count of Celestial Pearl Danios. These ones seemingly always do well. Yo, the funniest thing at the Clash auction, the funniest item was 3 Cardinal Tetras went for $18, and then later on in the auction, 10 Cardinal Tetras went for like $16. I was like laughing my ass off. I was like, this is so people, you just don't know what's gonna happen. Like the ego, someone might just want to fight over peanuts. Okay, we got the Multifasciatus, Neolamprogus, male gold Austral Killifish, and the platinum Medaka were added. Oh man. Okay. So let's look at the PVAS auction because I'll be honest, I don't know if I want to go tomorrow or not. If I go, then I need to just like start catching stuff. Oh, I see Shirley put the photos of the beta in the Discord 10 minutes ago, and I missed that. So I'll put that up. A female, I think she said it was the female Shinoids. Let me put that up on the screen real quick. So we got 4 photos. And the thing that's interesting, if this is the female, the thing that's interesting on my bed album Marja too is like sometimes the females do have a decent amount of color in the fins, which makes it conflicting for me to sex them. But you can see here, cool looking little wild type betta fish. They got cute faces, man. They got cute little faces. What's up? What's up? The photos suck, but the ether is all striped and spotty. Yeah, I see what you're talking about with the stripes show. Very nice, very nice. So, if you guys are down, we can do something else. I don't know what else, but if you guys are down, the faces look a little reptilian. Beto says, yeah. They got a snaky vibe to them. If you're down, we can look at the PVAS all day auction list, which is happening tomorrow. And I still haven't decided if I want to go or not. 1 second. I'm gonna grab my coffee real quick. But yeah, I haven't decided if I want to go, but also I don't know how much I would really have to bring as part of the problem. Like, if I don't have anything to bring, then I want to go less because like I'm not even contributing. Plus, then I have like no auction budget to work with, so I'd have to like really scrounge around. Although my Hesbrosis, my Corydorus Hesbrosis, sorry, Corydorus Hystatus, uh, there's some fry in there that are getting pretty big, so I might be able to back them at ACM. Now I'm gonna have to put a super high minimum because I don't know that I actually want to. I don't think I actually want to get rid of them because I only have a pair. I lucked out and got a pair on the 2 that I have, but I kind of need more than that. But my store said they got in medium Hystatus, so I might buy more. So maybe I can. I still got to back them. You got to put at least 4 in. I should make the minimum like 25. I think that's fair. Budget. What is this word I'm not familiar with? Better said I'll lend you funds for some Procatopus, like to buy a new species of Procatopus. Okay, okay. Listen, if you want to sponsor a fish for me to breed, and I'll send you fry if that's what you want. But I do have Procatopus fry coming up. I give the chat priority. Okay. Scotty said do it. Ani K said let's look. We're looking at through an auction. All right. Listen, this is gonna be how many pages? There's 26 pages. It's gonna be that's another reason. Like if I go, it's gonna be all goddamn day. Now the nice thing is they have like a hard stop at 6 p.m. at this venue. So at least you know you'll be out by 6. And the government shut down, so the DC commuters, people, I mean, it's the weekend anyway, but base traffic has been a lot better. Like, keep the government shut down every time I need to go in that direction, please. Okay, Black Moscow Guppy, 3 pair. 3 pairs. That seems like a lot. Um, I need more guppy people because like I just don't know what guppies are actually super nice. The ones I got, so Ross very nicely gave me some. I forget what he calls them. But he has some guppies that are absolutely gorgeous. Their whole body is shiny green and they got long caudal fins. Can you please read each item because I can't follow like every single item. I'll read every one I'm interested in, but I'll try and I try and keep the audio listeners in mind. So we got black Moscow guppies, 3 pair. Now up here we have these are probably going to go for a lot, and I wish that I was able to. I'm hoping next year I'll be in a place where I can responsibly get discus because they're the one like kind of classic fancy big fish that I see the appeal of. Like I would actually like. But we got 5 lots of wild caught discus, red spotted greens, Rio Nana, Peru, treated and it says guaranteed, but I think they meant to say quarantine. Um, Looks like Aqua Imports lists something similar, like from 70 to $300. Large is 130 and extra large is 300. So depending on the size of these, this could go quite a lot in wild caught and all that. We got some red cherry, yellow Neo golden back. If you're in the area, Potomac Valley Aquarius Society, it's like in the Virginia type area. If you're anywhere nearby, I would say 2 hour, maybe even 3 hour radius. You don't mind driving, and you're free tomorrow. It's worth it to go. Like we're gonna go through the auction, you'll see, but there's always a lot of cool stuff. Okay, and it's not even about oh, is it a deal or not? Like no, there's just always a lot of cool stuff. It's by far the best auction, consistently the best auction I've been to as far as items. Like I think their auctions are like the Clash auction was cool. I actually think the PVAS auction is better than the Clash auction, and consistently is that quality as far as their all day auctions go, and that's because they have members that are just incredible breeders. I think it's the oldest club in the country. I want to say, like when they show their pictures of old club events, you'll recognize like the people who are now a bit more up there in age as like kids. So it's there's not really a lot of comparison to this club just because of how long they've been around and like how much their members have put into it. So that's another part of it. Uh, but just shout out to PVAS. It's a great club. Okay, Akuan Edge Light size 3, LIT size 3 light chip. I don't know what that is. We got one 519 honeycomb Bristlenose pleco, 6 unsexed epistogramma McMaster. Jesse said, "Go and make that bread." I don't think I have anything enough to bring. We got 3 F1 unsexed epistogramma cruzi. These were collected by Ali in Peru, and F1s from the wilds he brought in last year. Okay, it's kind of like an original, cool little epistogramma. Yeah, that's a cool one. F1s. We got bluegrass guppies here. We got a pair. Okay, Here's some stuff you don't see all the time in auctions. 10 red snowflake galaxy fishbone caridina shrimp. 10. Let's see what these. Yeah, the SS grade. They're selling one for $100. There's no way, bro. Find me another place. They're selling these for 150 each. Okay, what grade are the ones in this auction? Because like, bro, there's no way. Nick is really hiding in the bushes with these streams. Wait, what do you mean? We got 10 high quality extreme blue bolt caridina shrimp. These are the caridinas I like. I like the blue ones. They just have like a cool frosted look to them. Auntie K said for a shrimp. This, yeah, it's. I'm not rich enough. Now blue bolts can be expensive too. They're selling these extreme blue bolts for $40. I think Garden of Eden must have some blue bolts. Bob said you'll never know when he jumps out and starts streaming. That's how I like to keep it. People are like, what's your schedule? I'm like, when I have time and the will. Do we have blue bolts on Garden Theater? Okay, so they sell blue bolts for A grade for $10, but that definitely doesn't seem to be typical, at least on the more findable retail stores. Yeah, A grade for Buse Plant. We got 40. Is that for 5? 40 for 5. Okay, so maybe 10 is if you're doing them in groups. Back to work later, y'all. Take it easy, Jody. We got a 5 pack here for 37. Okay. So basically, if you get these for 30, $40, you got them half off. High quality crystal red shrimp. Those are cool ones. High quality red fancy tigers. So these are all, yeah, 3 shrimp for $24. These are all fancy caridina shrimp. So 4 lots of them, and 10 plus green jade neocaridina. So any shrimp you could think of is basically in this auction. So the shrimp heads, and we're only on page 2. This is this photo. I'm trying to find F1 Epistogramma megastoma male. Like the photo looks wild. I'm trying to like, doesn't seem to be one that I'm like easily finding good photos of. Like a video from like 8 years ago. But the thing that's wild about the photo, which seems to be accurate in this video, is like the tail extensions. Like look at that, the caudal tail, and then even the dorsal has like 2 points on it, like one in the front and one in the back. Like that looks really crazy. So it's hard to see in this tiny ass photo, but it's kind of like a whitish apisto with some blue sheen and then orange on these long extended fins. So not the most saturated in color, but definitely a cool looking fish. Okay, we got bags of magnolia leaves, boiled and dried for $6. So the dry goods they all do in a tag sale at a fixed price. You can like walk into the section, just buy them right off the bat, and I love it. Saves a lot of time. We got rare goodie Zugonicus perhipicus. Jesus, juveniles rare. So this looks like another rare live bear. Does not look quite as nice as would require me to want to buy it. But maybe a cool conservation project. Who knows? Shirley says, "See you later, Jody." Um, let's see, and I need to change the chat so it's like not white. I'll do that in a second. Okay, we got tag sales. Dr. Bassler's Biofish Food Sealed XL Chlorella 2.1 ounce for $6. I'm not familiar with that food. Okay. Okay, it's a little freshwater algae. We're reading about this in some of the Daphnia studies the other day. That was one of the ones that I think the Daphnia did well on. You're not streaming about 4 hours, are you? I don't need the competition. Bro, we got like two people watching me most of the time. I don't think you're gonna have much competition. Don't worry about it. I don't see myself streaming for another 4 hours. That's not gonna happen. Maven said, "Hey Bob, what's up, Bob? Okay, we got some Dwarf Sag. Yeah, we got a lot of this Dr. Bestlers. We got high grade painted fire red Neocaridina. I mean, the picture does look nice. Oh, shut it. There's 23 people. We're a small, humble channel. That's my point. You'll be fine. People only watch me because I stream at weird times, so no one else is streaming. You know, it's like when nothing else is on, so you end up you're watching like This Old House or like just basically anything on HGTV. Like if you have other options and you're watching HGTV, like I don't really know what to say. How many times can you watch someone put a sledgehammer through drywall? I don't know. Okay, these are popping up again and they're using the fancy photo. This one I'd be interested in, but I'm kind of like, does it look like this? The red paradise gourami Macropodus opicularis. It says 8. Notice people actually are putting the quantities of fish. Thank you. Oh, these are nice. This is a really nice one. Vietnamese cardinal minnow. So the Vietnamese white cloud minnows. They're a Chores species. I think they're basically like smaller white clouds. I have 5 of them. I did that last night. I got bored, so I popped up a stream and found out someone else was streaming, so like 6 people came. It happens. I got my first betta in years. I'm trying to train him to eat from my fingers. Bob says, oh, you just got to get the right food. Oh, this is nice. A spool of 100+ feet of black airline tubing for $12. You need to get there early, be the first one in line for the tag sale, and snag that up. That's a good one. We got grab bags, various aquarium plumbing and fittings. Okay, this could be a nice fish room setup. Look, Lee's specimen container large, $8. What the hell? That's just never $8. It's like 15, 20. We got multiple. Okay, $6 for the small one. My female crown tail jumps out the water to eat for my fingers. Well, not all the way out the water. I think it would be cool. Like I kind of want to teach the puffers to do some tricks. I feel like they could be a good candidate for that. Like just do some. Hey, you touch the end of this stick, you get some food association, and then just keep building that till you can get them to jump through a hoop or swim through a hoop or whatever. Bob says like shampoo at home. Yep. We got aquarium hinge, 6 foot long, cut to size, retails for 30 new, $12. All right. Got shop lights. We got ball valves. We got a lot of dry, like useful dry goods, like PVC stuff. 75 gallons per GPD RO housing slash canisters. Includes pressure cutoff valve. Needs new filters and membranes. $20. My female Unimaculata used to eat from my fingers, Cheryl says. Now she bites my hand, so I drop the whole thing. Smart a witch. And Shirley said my female Dumbo ear would have done it. She was not, oh, would not have done it, maybe? She was not very food motivated if she couldn't hunt it herself. We got 5 aquarium glass slip handles for $5. What are aquarium glass slip handles? Oh, literally just the handles? Okay. I keep saying aquarium glass handles. Like it makes me think the handles are glass. I don't know. Okay. We got some Gemco air valves. We got Gemco LPH80 air pump. Magnetic piston runs forever. Retails for 300. They're selling it for 150. Not bad. Got Pleco case. Okay, okay. We got Matin Swiss Tropical Matin filter for 10-gallon tank for $10. That could be an interesting one. I've never tried a Matin filter. Maybe this is the way to do it. Breeder tank setup, 10-gallon tank, 2.5-gallon insert tank with mesh bottom, Matin filter, and fry refugium. That sounds fancy. There's 2 of those, I think. A 10 breeder 10-gallon tank has mesh bottom for egg scatterers. Insert into a larger tank. Okay, so they're taking a 10-gallon. Oh, this is interesting. I guess it makes sense. So instead of getting like a container with a mesh bottom, they're getting a 10-gallon or a 2.5 gallon for a 10-gallon, putting the mesh in that and having the fish spawn in the smaller tank that's in the bigger tank. That's interesting. That seems really smart, actually. Okay, $8 for the tank. Like I might actually try that. Tankception. None, not bone. Okay. Okay, we got electric blue cars. That's got to be gracing them. Pearl scale koi angelfish, unsexed. I want to breed angelfish. I'm thinking of clearing out the 29 or something like that, and trying to breed angelfish in it, just because I haven't done them. I do see the appeal of some of the angels. It's just I have to find the one that speaks to me. Actually, Grace had some like panda looking ones that I actually really liked, so maybe those pop up. Okay, we got some canister filters, circulation pump. Ooh, a Pistogramma borelli pair. These usually go pretty well. If it's around $50, 50 to $70, that's basically what you're gonna be buying them for anyway. So get them at the club auction, sure. Especially someone bred them there. We got colony of 8 corridors Aeneas, 3 lots of that. We got 2 lots of 3 males, 3 females, dwarf neon rainbow fish, the prey cocks. These are nice. It wasn't an all day auction, but I've been to Pivas a few times where these didn't go too high, so it could be a nice place to pick them up. We got red shoulder severum, Buse philandra deep purple, Buse philandra pandora, Buse philandra thea. Plant people, let me know if any of those are worth looking up. Okay, Java Fern 15 plus wild type. Oh, these ones went for a decent amount at the last all day auction. 4 lots of 4 black angelfish. And the picture just is a black angelfish, and then there's text that says black angelfish in the picture. So I appreciate that. Okay, this is nice. 3 lots of 8 celestial pearl danios. I need CPDs. Now the problem is people like when stores are selling them for $10 each, the club auctions respond accordingly. People definitely bid this up. This is a good auction moneymaker. Uh, and when I say moneymaker of the auctions, it just means people are willing to pay anything for it. Because if you don't know the club you're going to, there's a lot of fish that just no one really cares that much about, even if they're nice. But CPDs, usually there's people that care about CPDs at these auctions, so it's a good one. We got Daphnia magna, 3 lots of Daphnia magna, and then 3 lots, and this is another reason why PVAS is nice. Like I said, a lot of breeders and stuff. 3 lots of 8 CWO10 gold laser cories. That could be really nice. That's definitely a fish that. How much do those cost these days? Okay, Saburai Aquatics has them for 15 each. Yeah, pretty expensive Cory. Nick, I had them at the Clash. What ones did you have? The plants or the Black Angels? Sometimes people respond late. I used to make nice money on CPDs. Yeah, I need to get CPDs and breed them so badly. Um, one, because I like having a big group of them, and two, god damn it, I need some fish budget. I need some fish money so bad. I got I, I can't just breed the rare stuff all the time. I need at least one thing that's consistent, like the isopods. He's got to get this cribs. I get the CPDs. Oh yeah. You did have CPDs at the Clash, but I at the Clash I spent all my money on newts. That's the problem. Uh, well, newts, and I did get the vampire shrimp. Okay, we got 10 black snowflake galaxy fish bone caridina shrimp. Let's look these guys up. How many billions of dollars are people selling these for? Okay, 25 for 150. Okay. So these are still, they're not as expensive as whatever the hell that other thing was, but it's still relatively expensive. Caradina. That's why I got my albino Aeneas Cories and my bread makers, so I have more freedom for things like my Killies and wild bettas. Yep, that's what I need more stuff like that is what I'm realizing. It's like, okay, we got Beta Rubra, it's gotta be from Grace, unsexed group of four F2 juveniles, wild type, mouth marina. Beta, then we got another lot of the 10 black snowflake galaxy fishbone caradina shrimp, 20 fire red paint neocaradina. So if you need some red shrimp, but I actually need more red shrimp because I have a nice line that I'm trying to get back out, but I lost so many. My population's low. I want to start a second tank of a nice red line. So I'll be looking. I wonder who's breeding all the shrimp. Very fancy selection. I think it's one of the board members. I forget their name, but they're really nice. And like I'm saying, PVAS just has some of the best. Like Frank Cowherd used to go to every auction. I like just a legendary level breeder. He's the one that had like the 240 breeders of the dwarf red galars. Like they're just blessed with some really nice members that are generous with their fish and shrimp. So I'm pretty sure it's one of the board members that does the Caradina, but if not, it's just another person that goes because even the normal monthly options, there's usually some Caradina in there, and I've seen them go for like $20 for like the crystal reds on some of the smaller options. So I'd like to breed my albino Corys, IDK said. Maven said they're easy, IDK. It's just add water breeders. I wish my Aeneas have not been spawning for me recently. So I fed them a bunch of white worms this morning and a ton of food. And I did a water change. I'm hoping I get some eggs in the next 24 hours. Just feed them 2 times a day, at least one feeding a day or frozen food. Do a huge cool water change. Shirley said. 3D said guppies, angelfish, bristlenose, and Cory cats pay the bills in my fish room. Yeah, I need to do more though. I mean, I do have a good amount of super reds, but everyone around here breeds them. So at least for the club auction stuff, it's not that useful. All right, 2 groups of daisy rice fish, 6 in each group. I've seen them look nice from like I get the appeal. They look a little nicer than some of the other rice fish from the side because they have red and blue on them, but just not my thing. We got a group of 6 stir by Corey. Ooh, 6 Similis Corey. This has been on my list. Really nice white body with some black spots in the front and then like the black smudge in the back, kind of dark bluish. Anike, they said they're 6 months now, starting to act like they'll breed. I do feed twice a day and one being frozen most days. Okay, so you're working on. Got yellow shrimp colony 10 plus. Then we have a Pseudomagil luminas breeding group 8. This is definitely a good one. Fancy Pseudomagil. There's still 10 each in stores. Not too hard to breed, and they sell them in the stores pretty small most of the time. So getting a breeding group off the bat. We got Japan blue inlers 6 each. Ooh, panda guppies 6. I've gotten panda guppies from here before, and there is a photo here. Jesus, I tried to open the photo and it potatoed out on me. There is a photo, but this website is horrendous, so I can't even pull it out. But the panda guppies I got from here looked pretty nice. Lots of blue. I'm not really a guppy expert. We got Galaxy Sunset guppies, 6 of those. David said, now that I'm pulling away from my selling to my LFS, having to do more shipping too. Oh, yeah. I'm in Florida, so we get fish stores everywhere. I can't really sell my fish unless I ship them. Yeah. Shipping's where it's at, man. It's the only way. Some banded limias, 2 groups, 2 lots of 6 Freycock rainbows, 10 plus carbon really shrimp. It's 2 lots of those, and then 2 lots of 10 plus blue shrimp. Oh, here's a pretty dope one. There's 2 lots of Kalitawa Rainbow Breeding Group 3. That could be a really nice one. I got my Kalitawas from PVAS before. They got some nice fish. 390 L397 Pleco, locally bred. Shirley said Kalitawa, I love mine. Yeah, we got some in here. We got some Zenatoka Dodorai Etzel Etzeltan, Mexico Cares Live. Yep. Happiest day of my life is when I get rid of the last ones I have in my fish room. I'm so sick of that fish. Okay, we've talked about this fish on stream before, for potential breeding for BAP things. The Xenophallus, the strange penis slide bearer. Starter colony, 6 adults slash juveniles. Another common name, I guess, is golden teddies, but strange penis. Maybe that's more marketable. I don't know. Shirley said down to 3 Kalitawa. No, what happened to them? Pusilla gili, rare libearer, reddish fins. These went pretty well at the Clash auction, so people seem to be into these. More Limia nigra fasciata. We got Illidan. We got the Tralcadeids. Penis, LOL. I'm 12. Got to breed for that Ghana podium 10%. Yeah, what was it that people were saying the other day? You know what? I don't need to remember. Nick, do you have plecos that never leave their cave? My green phantom pleco is a recluse. Uh, yeah, I mean, I think the key is just having a group of them, and then you always see some, but they go through phases of hiding out in the caves. Okay, here's a cool one that I need to get. Haplosoma has habrosis, group of 6. Then we got Osteogaster venezuelanus, orange Venezuelan cories. So a lot of really nice cories in this auction. We got another group of 8 CWO10 orange laser cories. Oh, orange laser cories, 8 juveniles. Then we got 5 juvenile Hoplosoma duplicaris. Charles said I got both of those. Not sure, just lost one. And they're out of my group of 10. I'm down to 3, but it's been over a year's time. Was there any like visible symptoms? Ooh, breeding group Hoplosoma stirbi looks like 3F4M. That could be a nice one. Shirley said I want dupes. I think the dupes look nice. What are the other ones that have the orange up there? This one is probably one of the like breeder pickups. Like if you're like a hardcore, like I want to get something cool. We got Hoplosoma eversi. So I think this is like they're kind of similar to stirbi, so maybe a less common. Breeding group CWO49 Black Diamond Cories look like 9 males and 2 females. Jesus Christ. Uh, Aqua Imports has large. They listed the large ones for 30 each. Look like white body with like kind of a black stripe on the down from the dorsal and then over the eye and then a little gold on the gill plate. So not the most colorful ever, but we got a breeding group CW102 corridors. Looks like 5 male, 4 female. This looks like another Moonlight Aquatics is the first one listing it, so looks like kind of a dark body, darkish gray body, but they have like a gold stripe on their heads. So Dan's Fish calling them the gold bow quarry. So some uncommon corridors in here for sure. That could be another good if you got some breeder money. No illness, they just dropped off. Damn. Yeah, one of my female Kalitawas got like a little, not an ulcer, but like a little white wound on it or something, and I'm like, God damn it. I know someone was telling me they're prone to stuff like that, but I was like, I got to get these fry from them quick. I've had them for like a year now, I feel like, and they've been fine. It probably is an injury that fungus. Yeah, maybe I should put some salt in here. Okay, we got some pearl scale koi angel fish. single unsexed adult, and then we got a pair of them down here. I just don't like the all pearl shiny angels as much. I don't know. We got Blixia japonica, 2 lots of those. Cool plant. Another lot of 8 of the red paradise gourami. Young mated pair, Peruvian blue angelfish. Ooh. And then a group of 6 of them also. Page 15. Oh, there's like 5 lots of groups of 6 of this Peruvian blue angelfish. So you can get the mated pair, or you can just get the lot of all of them. And just I like all pearl when they're platinums. Okay, okay. German blue ram, group of 6, young and unsexed. We got young electric yellow lab, 2-inch group of 3 unsexed. Another group of the rams, some guppies, Starfire Platychromis, Phoenicillus Tanzania, group of 6. Some platies, some plants, Red Empress Protomelis tenniolatus, 8 unsexed juveniles. Apistogramma cockatoides, yellow flash male, 2 lots of those. Okay. Long fin, super red and citrus unsexed juveniles. That could be a good one. Throw those out. We got green laser, Corey. CW009 unsexed juveniles. That could be a nice one. Tank raised cardinal tetras, 2 lots of 6 plus. I'd actually go for those. I want to breed them just like I said I did. If you like guppies, you should see the guy I'm using to try and create a new line. He's gorgeous. Hey man, I throw photos up all the time.
Alright, microphone switch just because I'm sitting here anyway. Don't you love it when things just change midway? I just want to take my headphones off for a second. I'm getting a headache. Holy. Okay. We got mouth brooding Severum, Heroslibifera. Okay. It's a phosphorus Hellerai, mixed swordtails. Mixed swordtails. I don't like the sound of that. Oh, Nanostoma beckfordi. I want to do a pencilfish. The coral reds, they're a really nice one. A Hyphacinobricon flamius. Flame tetra. Okay. Ooh, Hyphorus nicoagrensis. Oh, it's like a big cichlid situation. Ooh, Paniculus SPLOO2. 2 of them. Wild caught. What is this? It's like a... Okay, I've got a little pleco, tiger pleco type. Wild caught catfish. Kind of cool. Yeah, whoever's breeding these like Amatitolania and stuff, like every single auction's got them. He's just... They're everywhere. Okay, we have Aspidorus ramundi, 1. Just 1 of them. And then 1 Corridorus Palladius. 2 wild caught Bodia almorhay, Yo-Yo Loach. Okay, trying to remember that one. I'll probably come up again. Okay, these are cool. So I think these are Mandy's. So I actually judged Fundula Pancheks at the Clash. I know. I can't believe they let me do it. But I was, Chris Diaz was there if I needed to ask a question. But I judged Fundula Pancheks. And there were 4 entries. There were 2 Gardneri, 1 pair of Galaris, and then this pair. And this was a very... I'd seen pictures of this fish, but in person, very beautiful fish. I would definitely add them to a list of Fundula Pancheks I actually would keep, even though I've been more Aphyosemian. And it was clearly, like, I went to Chris, I went to Joel at one point, and I was like, this is clearly the first place for Fundula Pancheks. And they both looked at, they're like, yeah, we agree. So, the thing with Killifish is they're judged as pairs, right? And a lot of the other pairs, they lost a lot of points either from deportment of them as a pair or the females being beat up or something like that. These two were just, their fins were all very, very good condition. They weren't fighting each other, they were just chilling. So it was pretty clear. But all that to say, out of the Killifish we've seen so far, I would definitely bid this one up, man. Mandy did her thing on this. You've got albino gardener eye. Those are cool. Those are a cool one. Maven put a link to the guppies in the chat, so I'm just gonna pull those up just for a brief moment. Oh yeah, we got some shine here. Got some long flowy tail. Scottie says, is this Mandy's as well? Yes, the listing says that it's from the same line as the first place winner at the Clash. Yeah, we got some very pretty guppies in here from Shirley. With the temperature sticker on the front, you degenerate. Okay. But yeah, I believe those should be from Mandy. Oh, you got an Austral Orange Trio. It's not the lyre tail, it's the flowy tail. Yeah. No, I said long tail. I don't think I said lyre tail. Whatever, man. I don't know these words. Yes, I'm a degenerate. How'd you know? Your username. Come on. Only a degenerate. The moneyless maven. There's something about it. Black coral elephant ear. Got some pond plants. Perfumed spider lily. Blue flag iris. American water whorehound. What? Bengal tiger cana. Okay. No, I was just telling you which one it was. No, you want to fight. That's okay. Let's fight. We got albino osteogaster Aeneas, aka the albino corridor. So you know these people are serious because a lot of them have done the osteogaster. They're on the corridor's name updates. Okay, we got Aphysemium bivitatum funge, first place winner at the Keystone Clash for his line of Killifish. Okay. I will say, like, Timber said I don't know anything about pond pods. I don't either. The Killifish, like, there was barely any competition. So, like, it was definitely, they were nice fish in first place and all, but, like, the Aphysemians, there were only 4 from the plan checks. I forget exactly how many Aphysemians. There was not a lot. There wasn't any annuals. And there was a pair of Aphysemian Georget that were just dead in the container. So some of the Killifish that made it there, like, they're dead. Or there's only one of them, which is, you have to have a pair, so you're just disqualified off the bat. There was a couple of single fish. So it was a little like last year there was a lot more Killies. So I was a little sad because I wanted to see more. But we got like a whole bunch of pond plants I know nothing about, and I don't got a pond, so we're just gonna move on. Okay, plant people. We got a claim of an extremely rare plant. You tell me. You tell me. Hey man, you can't blame people for marketing. No, I can't at all. I would do the same thing. Java Fern Narrow K. This is an extremely rare Java Fern that grows exceptionally tall. Starts out like a thin leaf, then branches at the top like the trident or window loaf. Bob said, Dead, what do you think is the best way to ensure they stay healthy during traveling? I'm not really sure, man. Keep them in clean water. I don't know. People transported much more difficult fish to transport. I don't know if it's because you had to send them in. I'm not actually familiar enough with the logistics of sending the fish in and all that for the competition. So someone more qualified should say what you can do to avoid that outcome. But yeah, is this a rare plant? Java Fern Narrow K. They say it's extremely rare. I see Java Fern Narrow. I don't know if the K means anything extra. We got it for 18 euros on Arc of Plants. So it seems like it's maybe a little bit more expensive. Rotella butterfly, Bacopa Carolina red. Okay, we got Amela repens, an unusual plant you do not find much in the hobby. It's fairly fast growing. See, I need the plant experts to tell me which plants I should be buying. But this does look like an interesting plant. It's got like a dark stem to it. Kind of rounded point leaves. Not bad. Okay, we got rare! Exclamation mark and caps. Rotella mexicana goyas. This is a rare Rotella that grows like a runner, would grow along the ground. And then the picture shows it kind of doing that. Jumper says, my experience with Java Fern variants is they're all weaker compared to the original. Interesting. We got Limnophilia hybridoides, eye-catching with its lush, vibrant foliage. So we got some decent plants coming in here. Got some more tag sale stuff. 15 plus carbon really shrimp. 3 king tiger pleco L33 juveniles. I think I saw some I think this is the one where at the Clash there was a table where they had like 2 plecos. That was the only thing at the table, and one of them was this. It is a cool looking fish. So that one, hopefully it goes. I'm always okay. This is the one that went, one of the ones that went high at the Clash. So F1, I believe. Silur Mystax Barbatus Corridorus. No wait, this isn't the one. It was a different Barbatus. But regardless, Barbatus, very cool. Corey, looks a little different. Relatively expensive. 20 each, kind of a situation. But yeah, cool looking Corey. Switch it up, man, switch it up. And they're F1s. 10 lease Killifish. Another group with, like, this is like the golden laser bonanza, man. Another lot of 6 golden lasers. We got young breeding adults, 5 black Schultzite corridors. This could be a good breeder pickup. Are these still super popular? Is the trend on the downward for those yet? I love the barbet males and not into the females. Okay, fine. Leave them for us. Paramecium aurelia. We got paramecium with a species. Grindleworms. Oh, Daphnia moina, smaller than Magna. Let's go. I had to grab one of those. Red root floaters. Well, we get weapons. Springtails. Another 10 red snowflakes galaxy fishbone caridina shrimp. Man, if I go, I gotta get some caridinas, man. We got Earth Star, Starship. Okay, more pond plants. More grow at the top of the tank plants. Purple waffle. Got white worm cultures. Everyone wants to say their culture is room temperature now. This is like the new marketing, meaningless marketing phrase for white worms. Young. Oh, like I think I put breeder on like magenta mystery snails in this auction once, and I didn't do it like to try, but I was just like, oh, these are breeding size or whatever, and like they went for way more than normal. The auctioneer was like, wow, marketing works or something. I was like, honestly, yes, that was crazy. Sometimes with the auction, sometimes one little word, like, it'll work. People will actually bid more because of it. So, oh, Azola imbricata. This is not your average variety of Zola that's seen in the hobby. It's a different floating green plant. Koi snakeskin guppies, at least a trio. Okay, at least a trio. Rare mini trident Java fern. Sparkling calico ricefish, new strain in the U.S. imported from Japan. Lot 589. The thing with the ricefish strains is all these different names. You Google them, and it's so unreliable. You're just gonna have to see the fish. More pairs, or I don't know if the earlier ones were pairs, but we have 2 lots of the F1 Episto Cruzy pairs. Azola's a good find, doesn't ship well. I got something from Aquatic Plant Factory. It did all right for me for a while, and then I moved my tanks around and I killed it. 5 locally raised blueberry carry tetra. That could be cool. 1 Chinese yellowfin hill stream. If I do go tomorrow, I actually have a bunch of hill streams. I have a bunch of hill streams. So I have a bunch of super reds, but there's probably going to be a lot of super reds. But hill streams, people breed them. They're not too hard to breed, but it's not one that everyone's breeding yet. I think soon at the auctions there's going to be Sorelia lineata at every auction as people start catching on to the fact that they're easy to breed. 1 Bloody Mary hill stream, 1 L483 pleco. 10% okay, off to work. Hey man, thank you so much again for the 20 for the Crabenzas fun, and have a good time at work. Have a good time. Pleco, L483. A lot of these like orangish striped tiger looking plecos coming through. Rotala bonsai bundle. Okay. Hysobricon amapinensis. Amapa tetra. Oh, okay, we got like a silver body with a orange line across. Not the most looking. More of those LO02 wildcats. This one has been cool. I don't know what plant it is, but they just call it small sensitive plant. And it does look really cool. I wish I knew what plant it was. And I think it's one of those ones where you touch the leaves and they all fold up. That's a cool one. That's worth bidding on. We got 1 adult proven breeding pair Fundulopanchex Gardner Eye P82s. Can never go wrong with some Gardner Eye P82s. And of course you want that P82 distinction, you know. And then we got some more plants. So we've come to the end of what's on the auction for now. 27 pages. I mean, I don't know. I still don't know if I feel like being at an auction all day tomorrow. But there are some really nice stuff. So who knows? I just have to bring some things so I'd have some budget to work with. That's the only thing. Do I feel like catching stuff? I don't know. But sheesh. 2 good auctions on one day. It's crazy this happened on the same day as the NEC one. But yeah, there you go. And Scottie's on his way to NEC. It doesn't look like too much has been added in the amount of time it took us to go over 27 pages of PVAS. But I did say this would be a brief stream, and I feel like if I go any longer than 2 hours, then it's not brief. But 2 hours is brief for us. KJ I see Keith put cheers with the lemonade cannabis infused beverage. Well, it looks like it could be good. Okay, but yeah, I am going to head out. If I do go to the auction tomorrow, I'll do a stream afterwards. But I'm undecided as of now. But I'm gonna head out. It's been a nice chill stream, nice little pop in Saturday. Hope everyone has a good rest of their day. Appreciate you stopping by, chatting, you know, Temperate, Shirley, Ani K, Maven. I just said Shirley twice. Cheryl popping in, Bob, of course. Beto was stopping by for a second. 3G, Scottie. Have a safe drive, Scottie, Keith, Jesse, Jody. We had a couple people chatting in here, man. So, with that being said, oh, Audra said hello, too. I totally missed that. And Ben said hi. Didn't even ask for a free tank. Ross stopped in, Cinnamon Girl, Aaron, Captain. SBC was in here earlier briefly. Yeah, shout out to everyone, Stephen P. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Scottie said 2 more hours, please. No, I gotta go do some stuff, but I streamed 2 hours for you, Scottie. I wasn't gonna stream at all today. This is just because of you. So I get it, 2 more hours, but I feel like we've done a decent job so far. So that being said, wish you all the best. It's in my tanks. Ross said, got you on the TV. Okay, the lurker's coming out. Still here. I wish I could go 2 more hours. I totally would, but I do have to go do some stuff. So I'm going to go do that stuff. Love, peace, and chicken grease. With that being said, this has been In My Tanks. And it's me saying, I'm out. Peace, fish freaks. Nerds. Pseudomigil. Pseudomigil luminanis. Perfect chromis. Yeah, Latin or dead language. Solvice, amice, solve, amici. Amo amasama, amamus amatis amat. Mensa, mense, mensam, mensamus, mensantis, you know what? I don't need a table. I'm out. And my tank's out.